I'm the highest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. We ain't stressing about the loot. My block made a quesadilla. This not the molly, this the boot. Ain't no coming back from here. Little life, a life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 34 of Diamond in the Rough Sports Talk. For today's special guest, we have Tulane outfielder, Mr. Logan Stevens. Mr. Stevens, we welcome you to the show. We're very excited to interview you, man, and just tell us how you and your family are holding up during this pandemic so far.
You know, it's just kind of always been hunkering down, chilling at the house, trying to spend time with some family. I was able to come back to my house in New Orleans, so knock out some schoolwork for the rest of the semester, get my grades taken care of, and just kind of stay low and just try to stay healthy through all this time.
Definitely. So, man, tell us how an historic program like John Curtis has prepared you for collegiate baseball.
Oh man, it's prepared me a whole bunch, and I only went there my junior and senior year of high school, but just transferring there from when I was at North Lake Christian my first 2 years, the level of competition that it brought me towards, it just brought me towards players that are also going to be playing Division I baseball and professional baseball, and that just alone, being able to play against those guys day in and day out and compete with them, has just prepared me so much for what college baseball has brought to me.
Definitely. So tell me about the national tournament that you guys participated in at the United States Baseball National Complex. Tell me what that was like, who gave you guys the stiffest competition, and where did you guys finish in the tournament?
So yeah, that was a great exposure experience for all of us. Our team, we were really loaded my senior year. In the lineup 1 through 9, we were all signed to play college, either football or baseball. So we had nothing but athletes, and we went up there with some really high expectations, and we met those. And I would say like our hardest competition there was American Heritage out of Plantation, Florida. They actually wound up having a couple of guys drafted out of high school, first rounder. A bunch of guys playing in Florida, South Florida, Miami. Just a bunch of big arms on their team. And I'd probably say they gave us the hardest competition. We wound up beating them 2-1.
Wow. And
we finished that tournament, I want to say 3rd or 4th out of 16 of the top teams in the country. And that was kind of like our wake-up call, like, man, like, we're really good. And, we rode that momentum going into the rest of the year and wound up finishing 3rd nationally of all schools.
Awesome, man. It just shows how big of a powerhouse that Curtis is in baseball.
Oh yeah, now it's definitely, it's always been the football powerhouse, I'm sure, as you know. But,
Mm-hmm.
Now baseball's starting to step up and, get in there and make a name for itself.
Definitely. Now, at Curtis, you did play. You did pitch some.
Yes.
Tell us what it was like to experience full counts, and what would you say your go-to pitch would be in that situation?
So for me, my go-to pitch was always my changeup. I had good command and good feel for my changeup, and it was, to me, my best pitch. I had the same motion on my fastball as I did on my changeup. It was kind of like that running away, and my changeup was about 6 to 7 miles an hour slower than my fastball, so it'd really throw hitters off, and I could throw it at any count at any time. So that was for me like my go-to pitch, and I feel like that gave me the most success pitching at the high school and national level whenever we played.
So take me back to your diving catch at the University of Memphis. Just tell us, what did you see when the ball came off the bat, and then and just describe to us how difficult of a catch is this?
So yeah, that was actually a crazy play. It was still a tight game. We had just lost the first game to them. We were playing a doubleheader, and I think it was a 1-2 or 0-2 count. So we were shading the right-handed batter towards the line for the flare. And off the bat, we kind of hit it softly. At first, I didn't realize how softly hit it. And then after, I got that initial read, I saw that it was, coming in extremely soft. So I had to, get on my horse and made a good diving catch on it. And that really got the momentum going for us. And we wound up pulling away in that game. I think we scored like double-digit runs and basically mercy ruled them.
Wow. Now tell me about your achievements during your freshman year, and how would you say, what would you learn? What did you learn from your freshman year that has helped you thus far in your collegiate career?
So I think the one thing I definitely learned from my freshman year is just never to get comfortable. There's always people out there coming for your spot, and older guys, younger guys coming in. You just always got to continue to work no matter what. Whether it's in the classroom or on the field, you just got to continue to get better every single day. And, you know, that was definitely, for me, what I learned, the biggest thing is just to never get comfortable. Don't be comfortable with where you're at now. Like, continue to grow and always, you know, be a better person, be a better player. And just really looking up to the older guys and getting experience from them and talking to them and seeing how they went about their business the last 4 years. And, you know, obviously my goal is to play professional baseball and, you know, talking to them and some of the guys that are in the pros now that came from Tulane and seeing how they went about their business and just always just about learning, taking as much information as possible.
Definitely. So have you gotten a chance to watch The Last Dance, the documentary about Michael Jordan?
I have not yet, but it's coming soon.
Right, definitely, man, definitely. And it just, you know, it brings up your point about not being comfortable. Right. You know, after he won the first championship, you know, he was still getting on his teammates saying, guys, you know, we're not done yet. You know, and he went on to win 6 championships, you know, so that it builds winning character, you know, by not getting comfortable. So could you give us some details about your first collegiate home run? Do you remember what was going through your head, the count, just different things of that sort?
So it was a 1-0 count. We were playing Florida Gulf Coast this year. It was opening weekend, Saturday afternoon, and the guy was, you know, their trend was, you know, we'd kind of fall behind in the counts and he'd come in with a fastball. And so with that, we had a runner on first base, and coach actually gave me a hit and run. So usually in the hit and run count, it's more of just kind of put the ball on the ground so that way the runner can, you know, try to advance to third base. Well, he threw one kind of high and in, and I kind of just got a quick swing on it and had some good shoulder rotation and was able to put the ball in the air. And, you know, I didn't think it was going to be a home run initially. I just kind of started running. I knew I hit it pretty well, put a good swing on it. And then, you know, I started rounding first base, and I heard everybody start cheering, and that's when I knew that, you know, the ball had went out. And I was like, I just hit my first home run. And
right.
It was a pretty special moment because my dad was there. So my whole family was there to see it. So that was really special for me and my family.
Definitely. Just tell us how big of a relief it was off of your shoulders, and how did that give you confidence in your other at-bats?
Yeah, it was definitely a big relief because my freshman year I had a lot of stuff that had hit deep, you know, to the wall, so it just couldn't quite get out. But, you know, as you know, power comes with age, and, you know, after that was, I think, my second at-bat of the year this year, you know, it really just takes a lot off your shoulder because it's like you don't have to, you know, press anymore. It's just go out there and play the game, relax, and it gives you a confidence because it's like, all right, I can do this. Like, I know I can do this. It has happened before. So you can go out there and just be you. Just be the player that you've always been.
Definitely. So tell us, who is your favorite baseball player of all time, and what is it about the game that you admire the most and try to incorporate in your game?
So I'd say right now my favorite player is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's the shortstop for the Padres. He's a younger guy. I think I'm older than him maybe.
Wow.
And, you know, he's playing the big league shortstops for them. And just the way he goes about his business and plays his game just with such high energy and just such a high motor. He's just nonstop, always hustling on the field, making the plays that seem like no one else can make, you know, tagging up from third base to home plate on infield pop-ups and scoring without getting out. Like, that's just high electric drive, like high go, just guy just understands the game of baseball and plays it, you know, like it should be played with a high energy and just with love and passion.
Definitely. For my last question, you know, after your collegiate career, are you planning to play professional baseball?
That is the ultimate goal. Yes, I would love to get the opportunity to play some professional baseball, but, you know, sports isn't always there for you in the long run. I do have, you know, some planning going on the other way. Like, I would like to go to law school, become an attorney one day. So if I don't go play professional baseball right after college, I will be applying to law school and hopefully go to law school.
Definitely. So with you going to law school, could we see some sports agent type deal stuff going on, or is that a thought? Or?
Yeah, I've been kind of pondering it and kind of looking here and there. Been looking at some maritime law, some defense stuff, some sports agencies. Kind of keeping my options open right now.
Definitely. Well, man, that's all the questions I have for you. Netterville, the floor is now yours.
So, Lo, can you please tell us 4 really good things that makes a really good outfielder?
For sure. I'd say number 1 is you got to have good communication. Balls are, you know, being hit all over the place out there, and there's 3 of you out there, and you just got to be able to communicate with one another and just make sure you got each other's back. And also, you got to have leadership, too. Being out there, you know, you're out there on your own, and, you know, you're coming in, you're going back, and you got to be able to, you know, just lead out there and just take control. And let's see. Those are 2 of the main things. I would say you gotta have some good speed too. You know, you gotta be able to run and get on your horse and definitely good eyesight and good awareness and reaction time, because balls are being hit harder and faster these days. People are getting stronger, so they're hitting the balls a lot harder. So being able to react to those balls and make the right angles and get to those balls is really important.
What is the hardest outfield position and why?
I'd probably say definitely the corner outfields compared to center field, just because the balls tend to curve and tail when they're hit by the opposite hitter towards that field, and you got to really make those good adjustments and reads on them to get to the ball. So definitely the corner outfields.
Have you ever dealt with any type of injuries during your collegiate career or high school career in baseball?
Yeah, two main ones actually.
Can you please tell us about a time you actually dealt with an injury and you still played in the game and your team was victorious? What did you tell yourself that day? So like, man, I'm going to play this game. What was going through your mind?
So the main one that I can remember is in high school in Atlanta. We were playing in perfect game tournament, and the day before I slid into third base and kind of like jammed up my thumb and had some stuff going on with my UCL on my thumb, and I wasn't able to grip a bat or anything to play in the field, but I was still able to throw because it wasn't my throwing hand. So the next day I was still able to go out there and pitch, and our starting pitcher wound up getting in some trouble early, so I was put in the game, was able to get us back in the game, get some momentum for us going, and come back and win the game. So that was my experience with that.
What is your current academic major?
Right now I'm currently communications and homeland security. I'm a double major.
Okay, that's tight. Who was the first person in your life that you told, man, I'm putting my all into baseball, I love this sport, I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to play collegiate and from collegiate to the MLB? Who was the first person that you told that you was going to do it on a big level, and what age did you have that conversation with that person?
It was my 8th grade year going into my freshman year. It was my dad. Me and my dad, we have a very close relationship, and my dad played college football, and I played football my whole life, but ultimately I decided that baseball is where my true love was and what I wanted to do with my life. And having that conversation, it brought tears to my eyes, because I was basically essentially breaking my dad's heart, telling him that his son wasn't going to play football anymore after he played high-level college football. And at that point, you just gotta be a man about it and just say, like, this is what I want to do with my life, and just go at it with all you got. And that's what I did, and he understood. And he told me, he said, if this is what you want, we're going to work at it every day and get better every day. And we did, and it's gotten me places that I wouldn't even imagine where I've been today. I mean, if you would have told me in 8th grade I'd be sitting here, doing what I'm doing academically and athletically, I would have told you no way.
Damn, that is a testimony. Man, Lord, that is a testimony. What type of skills do you do? Well, what type of drills do you do on a regular to keep your skills so polished?
So definitely some footwork drills, but right now mostly just a lot of lifting, keeping my strength, especially in these times, not being able to get on the field really much and work with other players. Definitely staying in the weight room, and I got my weight program that I'm continuing. I got a 6-week program, then I'll switch into some other weeks programs, and then really just staying in the weight room, staying sharp, healthy, stretching every night, eating right, drinking plenty of water. Trying to get good night's sleep as much as you can, even though it's kind of hard to right now in these times. You want to stay up late and binge watch stuff, which I'm not gonna lie, I have done before, but just trying to keep that schedule is really important.
How many catches have you had for outs in your collegiate career so far?
A lot. I mean, it's been a lot. I wish I could have a number, a count on all of them, but I'd probably say at least over 50 for sure. Defense is, something that's very important. You need defense to win championships, because you can go out there and hit all you want, but if you can't stop the other team from scoring runs, you're not going to win. So, defense is very important, and I like to always work on my defensive game and make sure it's always sharp.
When you were in high school, didn't Arkansas Razorbacks offer you?
Yes, that was actually my first offer, and I took my visit up there, and I absolutely loved it. Loved the school, loved the campus, but ultimately, being 9 hours away from home, and I wanted to stay close to family so that way they can come see me and get a good education at Tulane. And when Tulane offered me, and just opened up plenty of opportunities for me that I wouldn't get at other schools, and I just had to take. I couldn't pass up on what Tulane could give to me and my family for not only my 4 years of baseball, but the degree and the education I get from Tulane and what it will bring me in my future in a job.
So I know Tulane is well known as well, though, throughout the country for having top prospects and actually in baseball. That's all I'm saying, that they're really legitimate. For my last question, what is your burning desire?
My burning desire is just to be better than I was yesterday. This kind of set in a little bit later in life than I wish it would have. I think it really hit me towards the end of my senior year where, I'm going to college and there's guys that are already better than me or that could be better than me if I don't really start putting my foot to the pedal. And, I really got on it and started working hard, and, I've made strides that I never thought I was going to make, getting a lot faster, a lot stronger, hitting better, my arms a lot stronger. Just anything I can do to just make myself better every day. It's what I want to be able to do, and so that way I can look back, 10 years from now and be like, you know what, I gave it everything I had, and I got no regrets for this.
Let's tell you. Man, that's what it's about, bro. Putting your all into it, man. That's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about.
So, man, can you tell us your social media platforms?
So I got Instagram, Twitter, and just made a TikTok for some reason. But I usually just do Instagram and Twitter, kind of just keep up with friends on there. I don't really do too much posts and just keep it up with old friends through baseball and high school and stuff like that. Just seeing how they're doing, and then every once in a while throw a post out there.
So do you know your username?
Yes. So for Instagram, it's at lowshow22, and that Twitter is at lowshow_. So
definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this will conclude episode 34 with the elite Tulane baseball outfielder, Mr. Logan Stevens. Thank you.